Hello again, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to head into the city and try a new creative portrait idea. Okay, so I'm actually going to meet up with a professional mentalist performer, and today I'm basically trying to capture that vibe through photography. So the aim of the shoot is basically to capture a slow shutter portrait with people walking past, and if I'm able to do that, then I'll be satisfied today. Hi, how are you?
Good overdressed for the occasion. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Kylie, right?
Kylie, yes.
Okay, so for the creative shot, I want to get basically a long exposure of people walking past. So we've come in peak hour now, so it's really good because we have lots of crowds walking past, and I'll get Phoenix to stand really still in the middle and then have that sort of blur going past him so it looks like he's stopped in time, if that makes sense. So I'll get a couple different shots, hopefully get different angles as well. Basically use the 7200 to its advantage to get people looking closer to Phoenix than they are, so I can get more blur and more interaction. But yeah, let's do it. Came out of the tunnel. I'm happy with those shots that we got, so hopefully when they merge together it will look really nice. So we've actually just came outside to get this alleyway, so it looks really nice with all the depth. So I'll use the prism around the edges of the frame and basically get him to stand in the middle, so then in Photoshop I can merge all those photos together and have sort of an aura around him in all the photos. So we'll see how it looks. Let's do it. So we just got some really cool Prism shots over there. So now I've come to this location because I saw this really nice clear glass, and we're going to try to do some reflection shots of Phoenix and basically try to manipulate the reflection so it looks like he's doing two different poses in one. And that wraps up the shoot. It was really fun to meet up with Phoenix, and he actually did this really cool mind trick with Willis. I actually have no idea how he did it, but have a look.
What the hell, yeah.
What? Whoa, wait, what?
What the?
But anyways, so the main part of the shoot that I was actually looking forward to was the motion blurred long exposure portraits. And I think they actually turned out pretty good. But what I wanted to do was to bring them all into Photoshop and sort of merge the layers in together, because there wasn't too many people walking in each photo that I took. So merging them into Photoshop and having more people in the background would work better, you'd think. When I tried to put them in Photoshop and sort of merge all the layers together, it just, for some reason, it just didn't work at all. Nonetheless, I still made do with what I had. So here's how the photos turned out. I'll show them on the screen somewhere here. So I was pretty happy with how they turned out. As you can see the motion blur behind Phoenix, but I think people just seem to have sort of a fear to walk in front of a camera or near the subject. So that's why there wasn't as much, dynamics going around the subject. Nonetheless, I color graded these photos with a really nice blue tone and even tried to incorporate sort of a jewel tone for one of them, which worked out pretty cool. But the photos that actually impressed me in the end were the Prism shots. That was using sort of the reflections of the glass to create a frame around Phoenix, and he was actually really happy with them as well, so I'm glad they turned out the way they did. So in Photoshop, I actually merged 5 different photos which sort of border around his face, and then put them all in one photo and then added a color grade to it. This one was Willis's idea, so he had a sort of a frame around his face. We're trying to think of poses for Phoenix that didn't make it look like a Nurofen commercial, where he's like, going, And then after these photos, I grabbed the reflection shots, which were really nice. As you can see, I got Phoenix to do 2 different poses. One where he's just sort of looking towards the camera, and then one that's looking at him. So it kind of creates this broken reality sort of shot, if that makes sense. So besides that, I got some normal portraits of him just around Barangaroo, because there's some really nice architecture and the light looked really good. So couldn't help myself but to get some good portraits as well. But yeah, that wraps up all the photos. I was pretty happy with all of them generally, but I actually really like the Prism ones, how they turned out, even though this wasn't really the aim of the video. But things don't always turn out how you think they're gonna turn out. And yeah, other than that, I don't have much else to say, but maybe give me a like or a subscribe and enjoy.